Hello and welcome back to Suspended Fanimation. I'm your host, Dennis Bithoulkas, and it's time for Willow, Season 1, Episode 3, The Battle of the Slaughtered Lamb. Welcome, everybody. Let me take care of some business first, and we'll get down to it. If you like what you see here, like, share, and subscribe. If you're still on the fence about subscribing, take a look at the video that pops up at the very end here. YouTube takes the algorithms of all the stuff you've been watching and tries to match it as best as possible to one of the videos in my vast 1,000 video library. That's right, 1,000 videos. It's up there. So it's going to pick one, pop it up there for you. And if you like what you see there, please hit that subscribe button down below there. And if you can, hit that like button, the share button as well. And if you want to know when I'm going to be on live again next, go over to suspendedfanimation.com. Take a look at the schedule I have up there. I change it out every week. Also, I have all the links to my social media and all the links to my pages there as well. All right, let's get to it, shall we? Spoiler alert, I am going to spoil the episode. If you have not seen the episode, go and watch it. Come on back. This will be a video. You can comment down below in the comment section. Give you enough time to hit pause, run away, whatever you need to do. All right. So we have 8 episodes in this season, and we're on episode 3. And at one point, the wagon breaks a wheel in the rain, and they're kind of stuck in and also the wagon gets stuck in the mud. And that's kind of where this series is. So this series is very much stuck in the mud. Uh, it doesn't have enough story to give it legs to go 8 episodes, so they were dragging stuff out like really, really slowly. To the point of where we have Borman just boring the shit out of us. I made that joke, by the way, and I know Kit made it as well in this episode of him being boring, with a story about the Cimmerian Curus and how it came about from 2 brothers, one who's supposed to be the rightful ruler, who is sickly, and the other one who is just an asshole and decided to try and starve out his people and take over. And the Curus was actually made for the sickly brother by his mother, and it was only supposed to be possessed by those who are worthy. If you know your Thor lore, and you see him put on this chest plate, and it has this uh, ampule that goes in and clicks into place, and looks strangely like a really long, elongated arc reactor, from Iron Man. Only it goes up here instead of in the middle of the chest. And supposedly he walked out by himself and wiped out his brother and 2,000 soldiers. And that's where this whole legend came about. So Borman and Kit, go off in one direction. The rest of the group go in the other direction, and they're all looking for Alora, who has been taken, of course, um, by the now that they know he's evil, Commander Ballantine. And uh, Borman and Kit end up going to where, the Slaughtered Lamb, which is a inn where Borman finally lets Kit know that the owner of the inn is a really good friend of her father's and his, and knows where the Curus might be. He's the only other person who might know where the Curus might be. When they get there, that place is destroyed, completely destroyed. And instead, Borman climbs down a well and finds the little doodad that's supposed to power the Curus, right? In the meantime, were rats, yes, we get this, are going up and getting ready to attack Kit. So, by the way, Kit is fucking annoying. I'm kind of hoping the princess dies at some point in time because I'm really just not liking her character. I really don't. She is the most annoying character right now, and she is the one that I believe pretty much everyone's rooting for her death at the moment. Um, yeah, she's just really annoying. In the meantime, Alora, who has been carried off, by the evil knights, ends up escaping and running into the forest. Who she runs into 2 women, Hubert and Anne, who happen to be living in the middle of like an evil enchanted forest, I guess, or something like that. And everyone on the internet is a Twitter about this because of Hubert is being played by Hannah Waddingham, who is, I guess, from Ted Lasso. Um, okay, great. Um, Honestly, it was a kind of, again, like I said, the wagon being stuck in the mud. That's what this was. It was just another long, drawn out process. Yes, we had a cameo from someone who I honestly didn't know and really didn't care about, other than that the knights slaughtered both of them and captured Alora one more time. Yeah, we do find out from Willow though, is that why he's not using his magic is because if he uses his magic, then he ends up growing weaker, and he's trying to save all that magic in order to go up against the crone. And also, he's trying to teach Alora to, you know, bring out her magic. We do find out that Alora, her touch onto anything evil or anything tainted, I guess you could say, actually burns them. So that's also a reason why the crone wants her sequestered. So you can't kill her. We also find out that if Alora dies, then her soul basically is reborn, and the crone is back at square one all over again. Um, so that's interesting news. So really, what she wants to do is just kind of exile her and keep her out of the game, so to speak, so she can bring the Eternal One, as we now know that's who they're looking for, to the earth to cleanse it of pain and suffering and disease and whatnot, uh, whatever that means. So we also find out, kind of strangely, in all of this, Graydon happens to know a lot about sorcery and a lot about sorcerer's lore at this point as well, and also speaks the crone's language. And at one point, they hear the crone whispering through the dark clouds that she has sent, and he's translating. And Willow's like, "I didn't know you spoke that language." Also he mentions, he goes, "Also, I didn't know you knew so much about sorcery and and, and whatnot." So, um, again, this would be a great time to go into a little bit more detail about Graydon's backstory, because again, we are stuck in the mud waiting for shit to happen. And it's boring. It really is. It's boring. Silas dies. We knew he was gonna die. He was just cannon fodder for the most part. And he's there to get Willow's juices flowing, I guess you could say, magical juices flowing. Um, they are without horses now at this point, and the only place to go for them is to go up the evil stairs into the evil castle. And Willow knows exactly where they're at. And we get a really bad rendition of Metallica's Sandman at the very end as well. So when it first started, I was like, oh, they were actually got the rights to Sandman. And then I heard it starting to be sung, and I'm like, oh, and I'm not a fan of Metallica, but at the same time, I'm even less of a fan of really shitty covers. And that was a really shitty cover. Um, so yeah, this all the way around, we need to get going with the story a little bit more, and or start giving some backstory on some of your characters, because right now they are blank slates. We don't know anything about these characters in episode by the end of episode 3, other than Willow. And even Willow, we don't know what's been happening in the last 20 years with him, to make him, sequester the Nelwyn's underground, all that kind of stuff. So we don't know what's going on with any of these things. So um and again, this is something by the third episode you might want to put into your story and actually build it up. And I think what's going to happen is they're going to do what they've been doing quite a bit and lately on all these series, is they pack all that information in the last like 3 or 4 episodes, 2 or 3 episodes. And it's like, where the fuck was all this information in the first couple episodes? You could have had it there. You could have played it out throughout the entire season and made it a lot more interesting. And that's where we're at this point. Is we are more with cutesy dialogue that is trying to be modern as well. The whole thing with Borman saying you kids don't appreciate, you don't have attention spans anymore, which is supposed to be, what we say now, and things of that nature. And it's just really dumb. It really is. Um, CBM says it sounds weird, but we could use more flashback. I agree, CBM. Actually, what we should have done was we should have started off with 5 years after literally what they should have done was in 5 years after Willow, the movie Willow, what have happened. Then you go 10 years, and then you can go 20 years, 15 years, and then you go current, 20 years later. Then instead of doing the flashbacks, you could have actually just led up to it and then gotten into it. But no. And again, like I said, you have these characters who we don't know what the backstory is 3 episodes in, and honestly, I'm just not caring about them at this point. I want one character flat out to die, who is the princess of all of this, just because she's annoying. Her friend Jade, who's supposed to be a knight in training, is just kind of blah. Graydon just keeps popping up with all this weird esoteric knowledge when everyone needs it. And why? Because again, we don't know the background of this person. And Alora, yes, she's kind of comic relief now for the most part, is really what she is. And Borman, what's going on with Borman is he is, well, one, boring us, like I said, but at the same time, he just keeps bringing up Mad Mardigan all the time, which makes us want really wish that they just recast Mad Mardigan and threw him in the mix at this point. I know Val Kilmer, has his throat thing going on, but yeah, this is really sorely making us miss a character. And I understand that the first draft of this actually did have Mad Mardigan in it. He was supposed to be in it quite heavily, and it's suffering as a result of all of this. It's ugh. It's a slog getting through this series is really what it is at this point. So I'm hoping something happens in episode 4. That's going to be the midway point, and that episode 4 is titled. Actually, there is no title at the moment, so I'm looking at IMDb at the moment, and yeah, okay. But yeah, all we are is just changing locations. That's all we're doing. You have some characters die off, okay, but you still are not advancing any of the plot. We don't know what the crone wants. We don't know who the eternal one is. Um, none of this is actually being explored. You could have cut over to the bad guys at some point in time and actually elaborated a little bit more on what the crone was doing and what the plans are there. Um, it's just there's so many different directions you could have gone with instead of the snarky dialogue that just is fucking boring and really I hate to say it and to label it, but it's really millennial is really what it is. It coming across as that, and it's just kind of shitty. So there, I said it. So with that said, what else do I have going on for the rest of this week? Well, tomorrow is a good show that's coming out. That's going to be Doom Patrol. So Doom Patrol episode 1, I'm going to be doing tomorrow. Episode 2 is going to be on Friday because they're dropping 2 episodes tomorrow, but I'm going to do episode 1 on Thursday, episode 2 on Friday. Saturday is going to be another episode of Is It Worth My Time? And this time it's going to be the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special, which I promised for a while now. I'm going to be doing that on Saturday. Sunday will be another the Sunday edition of Saturday Morning Blast Off, where I take the genre news of the week and your genre stuff you guys want to talk about. We talk about it. Monday, I don't know what I'm doing Monday as of yet. Next week is going to be kind of a blur. That's when I start my vacation from work, so things are going to change. You can always go and take a look over at suspendedfanimation.com. Take a look at the schedule up there, and you'll see where everything is. I change it out every week, so I'm excited for Doom Patrol as well. CBM. I'm glad there's going to be some quality programming back on. There's been a dearth of it lately, and honestly, I'm just kind of tired of it. Willow just kind of, I think, broke, it was a straw that broke the camel's back, so to speak, on all of that. So, With that said, I want to thank everyone, well, CBM, who joined me tonight in the chat. There's also a lurker out there too. And thank you if you made it this far in the video. If you're still on the fence about subscribing, you know who you are out there. Take a look at the video that pops up at the very end here. YouTube takes the algorithms. Actually, it's going to pop up here. YouTube takes the algorithms of all the stuff you've been watching and tries to match it as best as possible to one of the videos in my vast video library and pops it up here just for you. And if you like what you see there, please hit that subscribe button down below there. And if you can, hit that like button and the share button as well. I believe it's on this side. I think I've been pointing to this side all this time, but it's over on this side. And if you want to know when I'm going to be on live again next, you hit the bell down below. It's a 50-50 chance of YouTube notifying you. But best thing to do is go over to suspendedfanimation.com. Take a look at the schedule I have up there. I change it every week. Also have all the links to my social media there and all the links to my pages as well. All right. With that said, I'm going to let you guys go for the night. Thank you, everybody. I will see you again tomorrow for Doom Patrol. Until then, don't let the door hit your ass on the way out. Otherwise, your wagon wheel may get stuck in the mud and then break a wheel and then get hit by lightning and explode because you have some explosives in it. And the horses run off. And yeah, then the really bad version of Metallica starts playing and you realize you need to go into the spooky castle. Thanks, everybody. I will see you guys again tomorrow. Until then, stay safe, be well, take care, wear those masks, get those vaccine shots, get the boosters as well, because they don't work without the boosters, especially if you're going to be traveling places. You really need that stuff. Thanks, everyone. Stay safe out there, and I will see you tomorrow. Have a good rest of your night. Take care, everyone. Good night.